So, a Scotsman, bagpipes, and Glastonbury assembly rooms. What could that possibly be about? Let's find out. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and here we are at the assembly rooms. Now we've come here today for a second take because we've come to see young Craig. Hi Craig, how you doing buddy?
I'm good mate, nice one. It's nice to be called young a few weeks before my 50th birthday.
Aye,
Thank you.
My pleasure. Well, I'll come back on your 50th and call you young man again.
Fair play.
So we've come back today because last time I filmed and I basically dropped a boo-boo with the files. So I've had to come back again. So Craig has very nicely agreed to talk to me all over again.
Pleasure mate.
So, Craig, how did you start playing the pipes?
Well, both me and my sister, we'd started accordion when we were 4. My sister went on to win the Junior British Championship classical freebass accordion.
Were you those annoying little child prodigy types?
Well, not quite, mate. No, not quite, but you know.
Yeah.
And then there was a piper lived next to me, a pretty famous piper he became, and I used to hear the pipes. Mm-hmm. And I can remember saying to my mum I wanted to learn, so I started about 41 years, just a couple of weeks before my 9th birthday, and then I went to a couple of private teachers, well a few actually. I'd done about 5 different pipe bands, and then I joined the Scots Guards in '89. So I'd done that for almost 5 years.
As a piper or
when you're a piper, you're not a bandsman. Mm-hmm. A piper is an infantry soldier.
Yeah, so you still click,
Yes,
bang, pipe.
Yeah, you're still a guards. You're still infantry, a guardsman.
Because the pipes originally were a weapon. They were like to terrify the opponents going into battle, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right. They were classed as a weapon of war. Mm. And might actually still be.
Depends who's playing it. We get buskers in town sometimes who I think it still is a weapon of war.
Yeah. Oh, I've done a lot of busking as well over the years.
But when played properly, they are amazing.
I think folk either love it or hate it, you know.
Because you played obviously at the Queen's thing up the tour. And
that was really good actually. I got asked to do it by the town council and stuff, and it was a really nice community event, you know.
And now, of course, you're now the town piper as a result of that. Or were you the town piper then?
No, it was since after that I got asked if I'd be the town's official civic piper, which that's an honour really. You know, I'm very, very pleased. I thank the councillors and the mayor that were behind that, you know.
It's actually quite unique because not only you're the town's piper, you're the town's first ever piper.
That's right. And,
so there's nobody before you.
Probably the town's first and only musician with a civic
duty
role, a civic duty, you know.
Yeah.
So hopefully over the years I'll bring a little bit of colour to that, and it's nice to have something else, another, not that you need a reason to practice, but it's nice to have some more stuff.
Yes.
You know, to be good, because it's a difficult instrument to keep maintained and standards and all of that. So
and what do you feed it on?
Is that sorry?
What do you feed it on? What do they eat?
Well, I like whiskey.
Aye.
They like the curl.
A single malt, of course.
I'll pour a wee bit in them. That's a joke, actually, but you know, they're curled up at home just now. Actually, they're in this cupboard.
Oh.
Or behind you there. I think they're in this cupboard. I've got 2 sets, but I play them in the hall here.
Good place to practice.
That is, it's perfect. It really resonates nicely.
Yeah, I bet. So, I mean, you got any plans to record a CD of your stuff or anything like that?
My playing suffered a lot over the years. I could always still play well, but I've done quite a lot of little recordings and things. I've got quite a nice little home studio.
Oh, good.
But I've been working towards trying to do some recordings that I was happy with.
You
know, and but I'm so busy in here as well. But yes, we're trying to move house at the minute.
There's a lot going on here, isn't there?
Yeah. But yes, I'd like to do some recordings.
And I've got to say, I saw a photograph not that long ago, ladies and gentlemen, of this man stood on the Great Wall of China blowing his pipes. Tell me about that. How the heck did you end up there playing the pipes?
That's right. Yeah, that was That was a good experience. Well, I'd been in town here a long time and I wanted to move back up to Glasgow for a bit. And then I actually really missed the assembly rooms. I missed having a focus. I missed that. And I was, for the first 9 months I was back up there, there was lots of late night busking, lots of pubs. And then I needed something new and I found out about a Scottish charity kilt walk, which initially it was a 26-mile walk from Hampden Football Stadium in Glasgow to Loch Lomond. A couple of years into that, they decided to try a couple of overseas ones. And I got in that and I raised quite a lot through that. So I done Great Wall of China, Kilimanjaro, a pipe to Uhuru Summit, Peru, the Salcantay Mountain Pass in Peru, a jungle trek in Brazil, and then the year after that, I paid for it myself, this one. I done the Everest Base Camp trek as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, next time you come, let me know, get 2 tickets, and we'll come along and film it.
Yes, yeah,
I tell you what,
yeah,
wouldn't it be great if you had those on video? What a film that would make.
Yeah. I've got bits and pieces of it. And then me and my fiancée Anna, we went to Marrakesh just before lockdown. And although that wasn't it was just I had the gear on and the pipes, and I was cutting about doing that. It's nice. It's a cultural. They see all of that and they relate it to Scotland. And, yeah. It's an interesting way of meeting people in other countries, you know.
I bet it is. And because you're kind of an ambassador when you start dressing up in an outfit like that.
Absolutely, yeah. And it encourages a little cultural thing that wouldn't happen if I was just wearing the jeans and that. On the downside, well, it's not exactly a downside, but on the flip side, wandering about places like that with the gear on, you've constantly got a little gaggle of people behind you. You know, and,
what's that? What's he doing? What's he got a skirt on?
Got quite mobbed in Marrakesh. I was wishing I had actually brought a pair of jeans just to be a little bit.
Yeah. They didn't come up and ask you to wear a burqa or anything to
No, but I did busk in the big main square in Marrakesh, and I'd been warned before going by a couple of people that was a no-go, which was nonsense. I had a jam with the snake charmer guys.
Nice.
I didn't like seeing the snakes. They had been used for that. I didn't like seeing the monkeys, but I did have a jam with the guys.
The guy's a musician, isn't he? Yeah.
Street culture all over the world, you know, so that was really cool, you know.
Oh, that's brilliant. So that's kind of you. Now, you've now ended up, you've been away, you've come back, you're now in Glastonbury, you're a feature of Glastonbury pretty much, and now here you are in the assembly rooms. Now, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the assembly rooms here, I've been to some amazing nights. When I moved to Glastonbury for the first time in 1992, and back then when I came here, there were bands like the Space Goats. Everybody was playing in here, and every Friday night and every Saturday night, this place was jammed with everybody in Glastonbury. It was the place everybody went. There isn't a central place like it in Glastonbury anymore. So obviously the role has changed. What did you find when you got here, and what you're doing to kind of take the place into the future?
Well, when I first came to Glastonbury town, I'd left the army and I was living at Fastlane Peace Camp.
Yes.
And we came down here summer of '94, and the assembly rooms was closed then. There was a skip out, all of the soundproofing was getting done.
That's right.
I knew about the rooms through bands that I was into, Here and Now and all of that kind of thing. I used to see Glastonbury assembly rooms, and it used to strike. I think I'd seen a photo with the big doors somewhere, and I always had this sort of thing wondering. And then I came here in '97, was the first time I was in here. I got involved either late '99 or early 2000. It was a strange period then, because there had been a lot of trouble with the sound levels and neighbours and everything. So I arrived at a bit of a funny period. Then it built up a lot. And then I'd moved away again, and as I say, I did miss it here, and I'm back in here just over 5 years. So to answer you though, I can't speak for the rest of the management. I'm only one of the people that manages here, but I would like to see the assembly room keeping its character and all of that, but I would like to see things improving a little bit to raise the place's potential as a small theatre, and a small venue, you know. I mean, we do that anyway. We've always done that, but you'll notice the loos are getting renovated just now.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work with the drapes, the stage in there, the sound, the lights. So really, I'd like to see all the technical side raising up so we can, wouldn't say compete, but you know what I mean. You know, you've got to. We're not the only venue in town anymore.
No, because the King Arthur now's quite taken over.
So in a nice way, we do have to compete, you know.
You do.
But yeah, it would be nice to just, and there is building work needs done, you know, and I would like to see in my time here, I would like to see the place's profile raising up a bit, and yeah, just the same, but there's a lot of jobs need done, and just improvements. You know, improved.
It's kind of bits and pieces, just.
Yeah. Some things still feel like 1985 in here. Like the loos that's going just now wouldn't surprise me.
They were 1985.
They've been in since 1985. So there's, you know, all of that. The downstairs rooms, I'd love to see like shower room, you know, like loos, a proper lovely changing rooms.
Proper green room. You need a proper green room if you're going to put stage stuff on. You need a proper green room.
I'd like to be able to show people that, and it's as good as any small venue in the land, if not better.
So, for example, today, I mean, there's a regular event going on. There's the market happening while we're talking here. So, talk me through the market. I mean, have you got other sort of regular events going on in here? That's
right. Every Tuesday, we have an arts and crafts market. There's also therapies, head massage, and there's tarot cards. There's various therapies and stuff, and some lovely arts and crafts. The markets went on for quite a while. Actually, we do some Saturday markets as well. Same sort of arts and crafts, and they're really good for the rooms. It's good for the community. It's just nice using the space, you know. And the cafe, as you see, is lovely through there again.
Now this is somebody else running it now. Because that lady used to run it, didn't she, before?
Yeah, there's been quite a few cafe proprietors. It's still Assembly Rooms' cafe. But we have had various people in managing it in a day-to-day period, although it's still our space, you know. The couple, Hazel and Alice, that's in there at the minute, the Avon Cafe, they've been making it lovely. It's a really nice vibe. There's been some Saturday music. They've got their own little crew there, and they've done nice getting that space up and running again since lockdown, you know.
So, I mean, like today I came up, the place looked closed, and obviously the cafe's closed. When are they open? Because we're off season and there's not a lot happening. So if somebody wanted to come down and try the food here, when can they come?
I believe the cafe is opening again this Saturday daytime. We've been getting the loos done. I'm hoping to have a little bit of painting done. We've got a private birthday party on Saturday night, and so I think the cafe's opening again second half of January. They've needed a little break as well, as I did. I managed to get a little break in January. So I like to think Imbolc is in sight. Speaking of which, our Imbolc community seasonal celebration is coming up. So it's nice, a slow start to the year, getting things sorted, and a little break.
Has the pantomime happened yet?
The panto is booked in for this year, for February.
Because we're going to come back and shoot some of that.
Yes, that'll be really good. The panto was a bit of an institution here.
Yes, it was. It has been for years.
It's always
loads of in-jokes about Glastonbury and folk in Glastonbury.
Yeah, it's good. I've helped in the technical side of it, but I have never had a part in it.
Are you playing something this year?
What's that?
Are you playing something this year?
No. I'll just be part of them. They sort of take on the building. I mean, people that's involved with the panto, they've been involved with the rooms, a lot of them, long before I was ever here. You know, some of them's actually practically grown up in here. There's a couple of generations of the town players now, I think, you know. So yes, I don't quite know what all the plan is with it this year, but again, it's another great thing to happen, you know.
Yeah. Well, I've been coming here 30 years now.
Fair play. Well done.
It's a long time. And you're right, it hasn't, effectively, nothing's changed. You walk in, the cafe's in the same place, you walk through the same door, you know your way around, but it is changing.
Yes,
it has to change, and I'm really excited because I've always had a soft spot for the assembly rooms. I mean, as most people know, some people won't. This place has had quite an illustrious history.
It has.
Famous people coming here in the past. I'll put a little bit of something, a link in the description to where you can read up on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so well, thank you very much for talking to us.
You're very
today.
welcome.
Thank you
Nice
for putting up with my inadequacies
No.
with my stuff. Oh, what can I say? Well, so that's been fascinating. Thank you so much for talking to us about
You're
the
very
rooms and
welcome.
and your plans, and everybody. There's going to be things coming up soon. I mean, if you're in Glastonbury or near Glastonbury, the Panto tickets will be on sale.
I don't have any details for that really.
I will get the details and I'll let you know when they're happening. If I can't get it today, I'll do a short to let you know, because the Panto is worth coming, and we're going to come down and do a bit of filming there at that. And you've got other events coming up, music nights and things. Is there a website, a web address people can just?
Yes, I'm updating the website up at the minute, assemblyrooms.org.uk.
There you go.
You'll find us, and I'm doing stuff at the minute for in bulk gathering, and I think the seasonal nights are a big part of the soul of the Assembly Rooms.
Absolutely.
And we've we always try to improve those, but we're trying to get. We've been live streaming them. You can find our YouTube page as well, and you can see recorded live streams from I think all of last year's seasonal. So all of the quarters, cross quarters
of the
year we do
nice
gatherings, and that's actually part of our constitution year. We are a community benefit society. We do have a constitution, and it's part of the constitution that we do a certain amount of nights a year. That's these nights we don't charge entrance. It's magic hat, and that's part of our constitution that we do a certain amount of nights in a year that's open to everybody.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's fascinating.
It's an interesting thing. So I love those nights. I think they're very special. So I look forward to our in-bulk one.
Brilliant. Well, Craig, it's been amazing. I look forward to seeing you again, probably next month, as it is now, to come and shoot that. Thank you so much again for talking to us.
Very welcome.
I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to look, there'll be contact details. Check out what's happening, because a good night out here is unbeatable.
And we also need volunteers.
Okay.
We very much need volunteers. We used to have a bit more of a regular crew, and we locked down and all of that. It's been like starting afresh in some senses, but we do need regular volunteers, and it's an amazing place to get involved with. Maybe we can teach you things, maybe you can teach us things, but we rely on volunteers, and it's been a big part of my life.
And you've got a lot out of it. Somebody else.
Absolutely, yes, yeah.
Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, in the description below, there will be information about how you can get in contact with Craig or somebody else here if you'd like to come down and help out, because this place, as I say, a good night out here is unbeatable. And let's get a few volunteers, let's get some new things happening, and come down and enjoy it. But for now, Craig, thank you.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
And it's good night from me, and it's good night from him. Bye-bye.
Cheers.